We all have the same size coffin. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yolanda Melody. Today we're going to talk about insecurities and how it not only destroys your relationship with yourself, but it can also destroy relationships with other people and your life. People might think I'm being dramatic here, but by the end of this video, you'll see exactly what I mean. But I'm not just gonna face you with the harsh reality of how damaging insecurity is, but I am also gonna teach you how you can completely overcome every insecurity that you have about yourself. I have a lot to uncover in this video. So, let's start with the beginning. I used to be so insecure, not only about my looks, but about who I was as a person. I was insecure about near enough everything when I think about it. And a lot of people, if not everyone that I have spoken to, has turned to me and said, everyone has insecurities. And you know what I say to that? That's bullshit. That belief system is what's causing so many problems in the world, because it's teaching people to accept the idea that they will never overcome their insecurities, that they just have to accept that they are insecure and live with it. Living with insecurity is not enjoyable, and to me that's a pretty obvious statement, but just think about it. When we are told that everyone has insecurities, it's not fixing anything. In fact, the aim in that statement is to make you feel better that other people are suffering. Do you get what I mean? Has anybody else noticed that? And when people become really riddled with insecurity, if they don't think that they can fix it, they try to find other ways to feel better. And usually that means knocking people down or taking some sort of enjoyment in the idea that other people are not doing as great as they think. And to me, I think that people need to move past this. We need to get to another level collectively. And by the end of this video, I hope that I can be the catalyst for your journey to becoming complete. Because you do not have to live with insecurity. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory about me. As I said earlier, I was insecure about everything. I was insecure about my looks. I felt like I was ugly, and a lot of that was to do with the excessive bullying that I experienced when I was in school. So it didn't just come from nowhere. But what happened was, I wouldn't even be able to let someone see me without makeup. If someone came to the door and I had no makeup on, I would literally cover my face in shame and put my hand over my face. I was obsessed with the idea of becoming famous. I felt like if I wasn't famous, I didn't exist. I used to fantasize about the idea of having surgery. Luckily, the only thing that stopped me from getting surgery was the worry that it could go wrong. So I found all these other ways to try and make myself feel beautiful naturally. I was also massively insecure in relationships. I felt like I was never good enough for a partner. I was possessive. I felt like I constantly had to keep tabs on the boyfriend that I had at the time because I was worried that they may cheat on me or hurt me. I was insecure about my voice, so I didn't sing. I had to deal with so many insecurities for years and years, and now looking back, I don't feel any of them anymore. And it made me wonder, what changed? I am in a completely different place now, and this is genuine. I wouldn't be making this video if this isn't genuinely how I feel, and I haven't seen another video like this, but it needs to be done. Because I'm gonna be giving you some examples of how badly insecurities can mess with your life. So, example number 1. When I was with my ex, I started to develop jealousy. In this relationship, I felt as if I couldn't live without this person. And for as toxic as the relationship was, I started to feel as if I had to make it known to him that I wasn't gonna let another woman steal him away. Because I was young and immature, insecure. I felt like this would somehow make me seem more attractive or in some ways powerful. I don't know. But I made it very obvious to him that I, in a way, felt threatened that some other girl could steal him away from me. And I wasn't the type to keep going on at him and saying, who are you talking to? What are you doing? Do you fancy this girl? Etc. But it was enough to give the impression that I was threatened and that I was insecure. And what happened in the end was he cheated on me. Now, I don't blame myself because people are responsible for their own actions, but in a way, when I look back, my insecurity was like giving him a signal to say, I don't value myself. I don't see my value. I don't see my worth. And when you repeat that notion to someone so much, they start to believe it. So if someone is in a relationship, and let's go to the extreme. Let's say that you've got one partner that is massively insecure and they're constantly accusing their partner of cheating on them or looking at other people. Not only does that make the jealous person less attractive, but it also pushes the other partner away. You could be with someone who is the most loyal person on earth, and if you accuse them of things enough, they will walk away. And for a long time I thought to myself, I am a jealous person. I'm possessive in relationships. And it's only been the past year that I've realised I don't feel like that anymore. Not one bit. The way I look at it now is that if someone doesn't see my worth, goodbye. It says nothing about me and everything about them. The way that I look at it is insecurities are not actually you. Insecurity starts with a paranoid thought. Not only is it amplified by the society that we live in, we're constantly being bombarded with information that says that your looks are everything. Your worth is based on the money that you have, how beautiful you are, etc. But this is so far from the truth. This is an illusion. I might have a few people who are atheists that watch my videos, but I'm going to tell you now, insecurities are demons. They try and attack you. They try and get you when you feel weak. And then what they do is they creep into your mind. They feed you lies. They distort your reality. And in turn, they take over and destroy your life. Think I'm being dramatic? How many women have died after going under the knife? Women are especially put under so much pressure about their looks that they are willing to risk their life in order to feel better. But the problem is that it never makes them feel better because they're not addressing the demon. If anything, they're feeding it. How many relationships have ended because of paranoia? Here's another thing. The root of insecurity usually starts from a feeling of lack of power. When people feel powerless, what they want to do is to regain that power as quickly as possible and overcompensate by overpowering other people. Not only overpowering other people, but usually it's teamed with a hunger for money, because money in this world is power. And how many bad people are there in the world that have a lot of money? The root of that, the seed, came from insecurity. Because a person who is secure within themselves does not want to hurt other people. You ever heard the phrase, hurt people, hurt people? There we go. So I think I've made my point about how damaging insecurity really is. So now I'm going to tell you what I did to overcome all of my insecurities. Now, in previous videos, when I talk about self-esteem issues when it comes to your looks, I am a believer in self-improvement. And as long as it does not harm you in any way, I don't see the problem with trying to change the way that you look if it's in a healthy way. For example, I do facial exercises that help my face look better, and I see that as a form of self-care because I'm exercising the muscles in my face. And I do glute training because I want to have a curvier figure. That makes me happy. But I have small boobs and I'm not going to get a boob job, and I'm not bothered that I have small boobs. I know that there are too many risks that I'm not willing to take when it comes to surgery. I've also even done research on breast implant illness, and I know that it would be damaging to my body. So what I've done is, instead of looking at the size, I look at what is beautiful about my body and I hone in on that. But all of that is really just surface level. I actually believe that your insecurities are nothing to do with what is on the outside, and it's actually a deflection from what is going on the inside. Now, what do I mean by that? Nobody is perfect. We've all done something in our life that is kind of maybe a bit unsavory. Maybe we've lied to someone. Maybe because we were hurt, we hurt someone else. Maybe we think bad thoughts about people. Maybe we don't even act on those actions, but we think it. Maybe we have a hunger for power, money, fame, control. Those are all very hard things to face. And I believe that for a lot of people, maybe our character flaws aren't actually that we do bad things or think bad things, but maybe we let people walk all over us. Maybe we allow people to treat us badly. Maybe we're in a workplace and we allow our boss to speak down to us, and we sacrifice our integrity in order to gain recognition or money or a promotion. We've all gone against our integrity at some point in our life, and it's a painful thing to face sometimes. And what I believe is, whatever these insecurities are, whether it's I'm insecure because I've got no money, I'm insecure because I feel ugly, I'm insecure because I think my boyfriend doesn't love me, what I believe is we're just externalizing something. Instead of looking at the real problem, we're looking at something that we feel is less painful to look at. But let me tell you this right now. You are not the amount of money that you have. You are not the things that you own. You aren't even your body, right? Your body is a vessel, and when you incarnate into this life, it can feel like the physical body that you're living in is you. But what's underneath that is a soul. When you are able to actually dig deep and look at the fragments within your soul, look at the issues that are going on inside, internally. I'm not saying that if you're insecure, you're a bad person. I'm not saying that at all. Some of the nicest people are massively insecure. But what you have to understand is that if you don't love yourself and love the person that you are, you're not going to want to face the soul. You're going to try and perfect the exterior, the facade, the character. This is why so many famous people become severely depressed. Some of them end up ending their lives because they reach a point where they've got all the money in the world for all the surgery that they can have. They've got all the money in the world to buy all of the cars. They've got power, they've got recognition, they've got fans, they've got people who worship them, and yet they still feel empty. The one thing that I struggled with so much was that I wanted fame. But the times are changing. Everything that's happened over the past 2 years has really made me think about the bigger picture. You could spend your whole life trying to fulfill all of your egoic desires, and you could not take a second to look at your soul. And by the end of it, there is no progression. And what I'm doing now is I'm able to see that the most important thing is that I take on the wisdom that I've learnt in this life, that I embody love, and I overcome the darkness that is within me, so that in the next life, maybe I can have a better time. So this may not have been what you wanted to hear, but for me, I found it liberating. The answer to beating your insecurity is to recognize that insecurity comes from the devil. It is not you. You are being tested, and every time you overcome something, every time that you are able to experience pain and transmute it into love, your soul will be beautiful and abundant, and you will feel rich. I haven't got a fucking penny. And I feel rich. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to be buried with our Ferrari. We all have the same size coffin. So I really hope that this helped, and please comment below your thoughts. I'm always keen to hear your feedback. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Love you, bye!